Hey everybody, we're back again with our little helper. And today, what are we going to be planting?
Broccoli.
All right. We're going to do these in the standard 72 cell packs because I'm not going to be transplanting them. They're going to be going directly into the ground after this. So, I have everything ready. So let's get planting.
Yeah. Okay, these are some of the seeds that we're gonna plant in their broccoli. So now Daddy's gonna take them and we're gonna plant them. So
Okay, you have to be careful with these seeds because they're super tiny, but they've got a funny color to them. And we're only gonna plant half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to here. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, those looks like, huh?
Okay, one in each.
One in each.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close.
Here, put the cover on. Yeah, that's it, Julie. Put it down. Move the digger and put the cover on. Perfect. It just sits like that.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. Okay, now we wait for them to grow.
Hold on.
Oh, it'll take about a week to grow.
A week? Wow.
Okay, helper number 2 is here, and we're gonna plant some more butterfly flowers. We were given a pack of seeds. They just say butterfly flowers on them, but they look like a variant of milkweed seeds. So yeah, let's get planting. So here's what we do. Okay, so here's what we do. Take a pot.
Okay.
And we're gonna fill it with dirt.
Okay.
And we're gonna put it in here. Good job. Keep going. We have lots of pots. Don't spill any soil. Good job.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay, my helpers are all having lunch, so now it's time for me to pot up the tomatoes and the pepper plants. They're all looking really well. Nice strong plants. Most of them have a set of roots coming out of the bottom, so time to give them a larger home. I usually use standard 4.5 inch pots. I find that's more than enough room. They're going to be going out month, maybe month and a half at the latest. Like I said, I think we have an early spring coming, so I might chance it and put them out a bit earlier. So a pot size of 4.5 gives them more than enough room for the remaining time that they will be spending inside. Part of growing in my colder climate, especially with peppers and tomatoes, you definitely have to start them inside. There's no way that you would even come close to a full plant by the time the snow comes. I get about 4 months of really good growing weather that I can count on. If we get more, then we're happy, but typically we don't. So for most vegetables, you really have to start them inside. Not only that, if you know, broccoli, it's such a long it's got such a long growing time, you have to start it inside. You can maybe get away with it for cabbages and things like that, but then I find you end up cleaning up the beds or cleaning up the garden in late September, and it's just miserable doing that. So it's always nice to give yourself a little bit of warm weather to not only harvest the fruit and vegetables, but to give yourself nice weather to work outside, getting everything ready for winter again. So I'll get these pots all set up, and we'll start planting up these peppers and tomatoes. Okay, so we're going to start off with the tomatoes. Again, it's a nice thing with these pots is you can just easily dump the plants out, and I find transplanting them is easier than out of the cell packs. And so what I normally do is just measure, make sure I got enough room, dump it out. And a lot of the times these small plants still need a bit of encouragement. Come on. Pop them in. Push them down, give them a little bit of water. Make sure the plant's nice and secure in there, and you're done. It's still a bit of work. It's still kind of a pain to do, but again, unfortunately, it's a necessity where I am. So we're gonna do the rest of these and then move on to the peppers. Okay, so we're all done. Have the lights on so you guys can see what the end result was. Everything looks good. A couple of tomatoes are slumping over, but once they reestablish themselves, they should be all right. And the banana peppers down here. Gotta find some more room for everything else now. May have to turn on the other shelf lights. That's all right. Have the onions over here again. The two in the back are moving right along. Got their second set of leaves. Some are actually on their third set of leaves, so they're doing well. And the tray in front is still a disaster. Got a couple survivors. I really have no idea what happened. Who knows? The dill have come up. Hopefully they, I don't need too many plants, but hopefully they keep growing. All right, that's it for today. I will admit that potting up that many peppers and tomatoes is not the most pleasant job going. It's a mess. It's quite time consuming and it's a little tedious. It's not a job for the kitchen table. It's at least when I do it, it makes quite a mess around here. But one of the necessary steps if you're going to be growing these plants in cold climates. I do often question whether or not it's worth it getting all this set up. Things would be a lot easier if I didn't worry about peppers, onions, or tomatoes, and just worried about, you know, planting broccolis and everything else, giving them a little bit of a head start indoors. You could just throw them in the window and they would be fine until you have to plant them outside. You give them 3 weeks head start and just plant the seedlings outside. Things would be a lot easier. For me, it's the fact that I need, or that I would like to grow, an entire half bed of pepper plants, which equates to about 28 plants that I need to go outside. If I had to buy them, it would be a significant investment, and a lot of the times they don't work, so I can't really justify that expense. Now there is an expense going through all this, but over the long run, it's a lot cheaper doing it this way. And yeah, the peppers are the main reason I do it. I can get away with sets for onions. If I didn't have to do the peppers, I would need to purchase 8 tomato plants, not a big deal, and I would just buy onion sets, which again, not a big deal. I've had success, really good success with sets in the past. But since I am doing peppers anyway, I do the tomato seeds and the onion seeds. Again, hopefully this year, I mean, those peppers look pretty good. So I'm going to play it a little bit cautious. Last year we planted them out really early. Well, not really early, but they were early enough that one last frost came and knocked them out. Again, one of the benefits of actually doing all this stuff on YouTube is I get to check back now, and that record is quite helpful. Last year we lost a lot of pepper plants to that late frost. So this year we'll play it cautious. We have a really nice set of plants that'll be ready to go out come springtime, and yeah, it should be a good year for peppers. So that's about it for this update. I will see you next weekend when we will be planting. I think we'll be putting some cauliflower in. Now they're shorter brassica. I've never really had much luck with cauliflower, but giving them a head start, we'll see what that does to my success rate. Right now the success rate is 0, so we'll see if we can get that up a little bit. So until next time, we'll see you later.